everything he could to destroy evidence. The goal was to become the owner of the company. The lawyer asked her if all this was enough to prove Gouda's motive for murder. Ellie said that it seemed very likely now. This immediately caused an uproar in the room. Gouda never expected Ellie to do this to him. His uncle asked Ellie if she had done it on purpose. He hadn't seen it with his own eyes. So why had she done this to Gouda? Even if she hated him, she shouldn't have done this. Gouda didn't understand why Ellie had done this to him. At this point, Gouda could barely see. Even holding a glass of water is blurry. Ellie tells her mother that she thinks Gouda is strange, and feels that there must have been something wrong with him in the hospital last time. She asks the police officer in charge of the case to confirm. The police officer says that there is a high possibility that Gouda is blind and there is currently no treatment for it. Ellie then knows the reason why Gouda went to the hospital. So when she visited him at that time, he was emotional and fell to the ground in an instant. Gouda in prison looks at the blurry world disappointed. He is in tears. At that moment, he seemed to have lost the courage to go on living. Ellie visited again. Gouda asked her if she had come to laugh at him. He asked Ellie if she really thought he had killed Junha. Gouda said that even if the whole world thought so, at least you shouldn't. You know best how I've come this far. How could you do this to me? Ellie said that you weren't like that before, but then you became so horrible that you didn't even know it yourself. Gouda said he would be released soon, and he would definitely not let you go. Ellie asked him with tears in her eyes if he could not see, but Gouda did not admit it. Ellie hoped that he could be honest with himself. Even if he did not want to tell others, he should at least tell himself, because she knew why he was like this. At this moment, Gouda could no longer hold back. He knew that he had killed his mother, and now his blindness might be retribution. Lucy and her uncle cried and kneeled, begging the chairman to let Gouda go. But how could the Eula family, who had also lost their loved ones, forgive them? They simply threw them out of the door. Gouda's blurred vision became more and more frequent. One day, he accidentally fell down the stairs. This fall made him completely blind. The doctor said that his vision was deteriorating faster than normal and that he would soon be completely blind. Gouda was completely desperate. He still couldn't believe that he would never be able to see again. Gouda applied for a visit from Ellie. He asked Ellie if anyone else knew about his eyes. Ellie said she was the only one who knew. She thought Gouda was trying to arouse sympathy, but Gouda asked her not to tell anyone. This made Ellie very confused. Gouda asked her to forget about it too. Ellie told him to stop obsessing. No matter what, Junha died because of you. It's pointless to keep fighting. She said she believed you didn't do it on purpose. Gouda was surprised that Ellie could still believe in him. Ellie said that even if the whole world doubted you, you would still believe in yourself and let go of all your resentment. She knew that Gouda had never been happy either. He had spent every day in torment. Gouda couldn't believe what he heard. At that moment, he couldn't believe that it was his ex-wife who had driven him away who believed in him. Junha woke up in the middle of the night and found that Ellie wasn't beside him. He went in and saw that she had fainted in the bathroom. He quickly took her to the hospital. After the doctor examined her, he said that Ellie was pregnant. This made the whole family very happy. This was the biggest piece of good news in all these years. The lawyer sent Gouda the defense materials, but Gouda couldn't see the content on the paper at all. The lawyer said that emphasizing that it was an accident would reduce the sentence. Gouda hoped that the lawyer would not mention the things he couldn't see. The trial soon resumed. Gouda, who could not see, felt his way all the way to the past but still fell to the ground. The plaintiff's lawyer asked him why he had to run away at that time. If he didn't mean to kill, why did he run away? Gouda looked back at Ellie behind him and said that he didn't make a mistake. He did it on purpose. Everyone couldn't believe it was true. Gouda said that at the time. Eula chased after him every day and ran into his mother's company facing bankruptcy. If he married Eula, everything would be solved. Junha couldn't believe it was true. The lawyer didn't understand what Gouda was doing, but Gouda desperately said that he did it on purpose. He told the lawyer not to bother trying to save him. At this time, Gouda's heart was ashen. He had lost the confidence to go on living. His uncle and sister went to the police officer in charge and said Gouda would never intentionally hurt anyone. They hoped the police would investigate the case again. The police officer said there was nothing they could do. Gouda had confessed to the crime himself. Eula was very sad to learn that Gouda had given up completely after losing his sight. She told Ellie that she had been wrong. She had always thought of herself as the victim. Now she realized that the person who had been hurt the most was actually you. She kneeled in front of Ellie and begged her to persuade Gouda that only Ellie could convince him to admit that he did not mean to hurt his brother. Ellie knew that Gouda was still in Eula's heart. The lawyer asked Gouda to read the meeting record. Gouda took a look and said he didn't think there was any need to read it again. But the lawyer said in public that Gouda could not see at all. This is not a meeting record at all, it is your medical certificate from the hospital. The lawyer said that Gouda is now giving up on himself. The lawyer asked Jack if he didn't know Sam, and played the recording of him describing the incident to Sam. In it, He said that Juan has started it and that he accidentally dropped the gun when he was about to fire. Jack was very emotional when he saw this, and accidentally said that he had deliberately framed Gouda. The lawyer said that Gouda was in a situation where he had lost the courage to survive, and gave up on himself before admitting to the murder charge. After Jack's video and testimony proved that Gouda did not intentionally kill anyone, Gouda, who heard this, was in tears and admitted that he did not do it on purpose. The court therefore had a hard time determining whether it was intentional homicide. However, Gouda was involved in embezzlement and bribery at the company, and had a record of escaping during detention. He was sentenced to 10 years in prison. Gouda looked at the unclear events in front of him, and regretted what he had done in the past. On the escort vehicle, Gouda looked outside at Ellie in the car. She was the person he felt most guilty towards. How much had he done to her? But there was no such thing as a regret pill in this world. He had only himself to blame for everything.